President Donald J. Trump at Mar-a-Lago, the Winter White House, talking about the operation by U.S. Special Operations Forces to target Venezuelan forces and to capture Nicolas Maduro, the disputed president of Venezuela, and his wife, giving way to the Secretary of War, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and the Secretary of State to explain all of that. Before this briefing, he posted on Truth Social a picture of disputed President Nicolas Maduro, said to be aboard the USS Iwo Jima that will eventually transport him to a private plane along with his wife to New York, in the Southern District of New York, where they will face charges and a prosecution of an indictment that was brought down in 2020.
Late last night and early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea, was used to launch a spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II. It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history. We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave, a much bigger wave, actually.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Finally, a commander-in-chief the world respects and the American people deserve. And as the president said, words can barely capture the bravery and the power and the precision of this historic operation. A massive joint military and law enforcement raid flawlessly executed by the greatest Americans our country has to offer. American warriors are second to none, the best in the world and the best of our country. What all of us witnessed last night was sheer guts and grit, gallantry and glory of the American warrior. No other country on planet Earth, and it's not even close, could pull this kind of operation off. And no other president has ever shown this kind of leadership, courage, and resolve, the most powerful combination the world has ever seen. This is America first. This is peace through strength.
Colombia is very sick, too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me. And Cuba is ready to fall. You know?
Yes.
Cuba looks like it's ready to fall. I don't know if they can hold out. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy about it. By the way, you have to do something with Mexico. Mexico has to get their act together because they're pouring through Mexico, and we're going to have to do something. We'd love Mexico to do it. They're capable of doing it, but unfortunately the cartels are very strong in Mexico. We need Greenland from a national security situation. It's so strategic. Right now, Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security, and Denmark is not going to be able to do it, I can tell you.
How much money are you thinking of giving people in Greenland to get them on board with a possible U.S.
I'm not talking about money for Greenland yet. I might talk about that. But right now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not, because if we don't do it, Russia or China will take over Greenland, and we're not going to have Russia or China as a neighbor. So we're going to be doing something with Greenland, either the nice way or the more difficult way.
Can you rule out that the U.S. is ever going to try to take Greenland by force? the United States should have Greenland as part of the United States. There's no need to even think or talk about this in the context that you're asking of a military operation. Nobody's going to fight the United States militarily over the future of Greenland.
How long do you think the Ayatollah will be in power after what we've seen play out on the ground there? When is the U.S. going to get involved now that reports of protesters being killed on the ground?
So Iran's in big trouble. It looks to me that the people are taking over certain cities that nobody thought were really possible just a few weeks ago. We're watching the situation very carefully. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts. So in the past, they've started shooting the hell out of people, and all of a sudden people without any weapons whatsoever are standing there and you have machine guns gunning them down, or they take them to prisons and then hang them and kill them. So they played rough, and I said, if they do that, we're going to hit them very hard. Well, we're going to hit them hard. We're ready to do it. If they do that, we're going to hit them hard. I have put Iran on notice. If they do anything bad to these people, we're going to hit them very hard.
Hit him very hard. He said that 3 times just in now. Iran's supreme leader responding by vowing to ramp up security forces to crack down on protesters. He's calling them terrorists.
Do you see any checks on your power on the world stage? Is there anything that could stop you if you wanted to?
Yeah, there's one thing, my own morality, my own mind. It's the only thing that can stop, and that's very good. I don't need international law. I'm not looking to hurt people.
The revelation of the first seal says,
"And I looked, and behold, a white horse, and he who sat on it had a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he went out conquering and to conquer."
it is believed that the white horseman could falsely present himself as a benevolent world leader. But in reality, he is among the most sinister figures in the Bible, the Antichrist. According to the prophecy's supposed timeline, the Antichrist could be at work today, using diplomatic skills and powers of persuasion in an apparent effort to bring nations together in peace. But his goal is the exact opposite. He will lead humanity directly into Armageddon.
Many believers say the Antichrist's arrival is imminent. If so, what signs do believers see of his handiwork? And how is the world being prepared for his reign of terror? The Antichrist, though a peacemaker by design, is a persecutor by nature.
This man of peace will be just like Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin came to try to improve the lot of the Soviet people, and he killed between 20 and 40 million of them.